Okay, here's going to be a quick demo video on your depth dimension. So placing your depth dimension so it is fully dimensioned without any duplicates. We can see our depth dimension can be shown in two locations. It can be shown in your right side view. It can be shown in your right side view or your top view. Alright, so one or the other, but not both at the same time. So when we dimension this, I'm going to use my linear dimension tool really quick. I can place my overall dimension. Typically we want to place it between our views. So I can have my overall dimension here, or I could have it here. And what I'm seeing is a lot of students placing both of your overall depth dimensions here and here. That is a duplicate. Let me repeat that. That is a duplicate dimension right there. Alright, so we are over dimensioned at this point. You only need one of those, because that is showing the same thing twice. In this case, it doesn't really matter which one you remove. I'm just going to remove this one for example's sake. Alright, so now this is correctly dimensioned for your overall dimension, or overall depth. I am, though, still missing one dimension, and that is either this dimension here, or I can include this one, or this dimension here. Either one of those is okay, but not both. Alright, so at this point, my depth is fully dimensioned. I did place it on my top view here rather than my right side view, because if I do it on my right side view, I would be dimensioned to a hidden line, and that's a no-no. Alright, so we don't want this dimension. We don't want this one down here on the right side view, because that would be a duplicate. Or sorry, that'd be a, well, one, it is a duplicate, but it's also to a hidden line. Last thing I'm going to show here is you don't want to include both of these. We don't need both, specifically because this is a chain dimension that adds up to the total, right? 1.25 plus 0.25 gives me 1.5. So these two are chained together and it adds up to my overall, which is I don't want. I only need one of those. It does not matter which one. I could delete this one and be left with just the 1.25. We have to assume people can do math. Therefore, 1.5 minus 1.25 leaves me with this small space here. So again, we don't need both of those, just one or the other. So quick recap here. When you're dimensioning depth, remember it can be done on your top view or your right side view. If I go back and I dimension my overall depth here, this is a duplicate. I'm seeing a lot of students place the 1.5 here and here, or the overall depth in both locations. You don't need both, one or the other. It is a duplicate and you're over dimensioning then. Okay, but it can be on either one of these, top view or right side view.